Hello friends, welcome back to my new video. In the last session, I explained you about transactional applications. So in this session, I'll be explaining you about fact sheet applications. Okay. So so what basically are these fact sheet applications and what's the difference between these three applications? So when you go with fact sheet application, basically they are search based applications. Okay. They usually these apps are used according whenever user searches anything. It will not have any tiles, spaces or pages. If a user comes and search something like if it's a sales order related, and if he searches like sales order with some supplier salesperson name. Okay. So at that time what happens is it shows all the orders related to that supplier. Okay, so basically this happens in fact sheet applications. So in fact sheet applications, and one more thing is these applications run on only SAP HANA database. Okay, these applications runs only on SAP HANA database. Basically, they display the information related to central objects in business operations. Central objects means like if it is a sales order, one sales order is been approved or not, and the ship to the party or the for whom it is sold, and where it is shipped. All those information. So these are nothing but central objects. So all these informations are like, for example, you can take as cost centers. So what are the different cost centers available and what cost center is assigned to whom? So all these informations you'll get, and banks. If you take a banks, so how many banks are added in our system? Like what are the different banks added in the system, and which bank relates to which user customer? You can get all those details in fact sheet applications. Okay. In analytical applications also you will get the same thing, but the main difference between analytical applications and fact sheet applications is like in sales order, you can see this is fact sheet applications. Okay, this is a sales order fact sheet application. I'll just show you with the image. So whenever you see this image, you can see here, right? This is the sales order. This is sold to party. So 1004 is a sales order and it is sold to this user. So it is sold to this user. And customer reference is test, and requested delivery date is this the date which is given, and overall status it is open, and approval status is it approved or not. So in fact sheet applications, whenever you if this is the line item, if you click on this any sales order, it gives complete information, all the information related to that particular sales order. You can move from one fact sheet to different fact sheet, the next fact sheet related to this sheet. Or else if you want to look at the person for whom it is sold to, you can click on this. Then it opens his customer, his the master data of that particular use that particular guy who for whom it is sold to. Okay. So all these information you can see this in here. And also you cannot only move from fact sheet to fact sheet, you can move from fact sheet to there are some applications where you can move from one fact sheet to the transactional application. If this is the thing, if you click on anywhere here, it goes to whether it can be approved or not. If he is the approver, then he will go for that sales order approver. If he clicks on this line, it will go for the approval whether he will be able to approve or not. If he have that particular transactional application assigned to him, he can click on this and he can route to that transactional application where he approves the request, approves the sales order. So similar way, you can move from fact sheet apps to different applications like transactional or GUI applications. So whenever, how does this app look like? We do not have any tiles for this. We will not have any tiles for this. No tiles and no spaces or pages, no groups. Okay. We don't have any, we will not be creating these things and all. So what happens is whenever user raises, whenever user wants to see something, he just go for this one. Okay, you can see the search option here, right? You can see the search option here. So you can see the search option here, right? So you can just search for something like sales order. Okay, when he clicks on sales order, or you can see this here, right? If user wants to see sales order number 1001 sold to the party this user. If user just searches for 1004, it opens the screen. The screen gets, when he searches like this and click on search, it searches like this and it gives the information, related information which is there in the system. So whenever user clicks on the search icon, he mentions something and click on search. Basically what happens is, see, you can see when I search this, you'll get this all the things here. Journal entry, this is related to journal entry. But whenever you search something like, if you click on 1004 and mention sales order, so it basically searches for that particular sales order. Or if you want to open sold to party, if we give his name and mention, if we give the particular sold to party name and mention sales order, it will search. Or else you can also search like this, 1004. You just know the four digits and you can click on 1004 star. It will search all the entries which are related to 1004 star. If you want to mention particularly, then you can mention anything like 1004 star sales order, like that. At that time, you will get all the things here. Okay. This is how Factsheet apps works. You can just search it everything. Whenever you search, it basically fetches data from HANA database directly and puts that data here. Okay. So in this session, I'll be creating this sales order, which you are seeing here, right? I'll be basically creating the sales order fact sheet app. Okay, so I'll just take this one. So in order for configuration, you can see all the details, product features here, key features, display general sales order information, all the things, whatever you will be able to see in the app, you can see that here. Okay, so if you go for implementation and if you see the configuration, you can see these are the SICF services which are used, and the OData service is these two, and these are the target mappings. You cannot see any space and pages here. Why? Because as I told you, they don't use, because everything depends on the search, what user searches. So you have a technical catalog, business catalog. You have one main thing called search connector. So what are these search connectors? So SAP has given us this some search component modules. Like why it is used means these search connectors. You can see this search component, right? So these needs to be activated in the backend. If you are using an embedded system, you can do it in the same system. But if you are using any backend system as S4 HANA and front end system as Fiori, at that time you have to enable activate this in the backend system. As of now, I'll be activating this in my embedded system only. So these search components and these search models should be activated. This search model should be activated. So for that, before that, there are some prerequisite. Not every time this will be done at the time of implementation only. These services will be SICF services will be activated. So you can see here, right? There are few services that needs to be activated, or you have to just check whether they are activated or not while you are going with fact sheet application. So in default host, you can go for SAP and you have something called enterprise search. So these OData services are mainly responsible for that search. Whenever user searches something, these OData services are responsible for them to appear with the correct information. So here the main under ES you can directly click on this and activate the service. If it's deactivated, you can activate. Then the whole nodes, all the nodes under this will gets activated. But the main things for enterprise search is this cockpit, and we have this SAP link and search, this one, and we have something called INA. So cockpit, SAP link, and search. So these are the, you can see this, right? INA. This is BW. So you can click on this ES, and there are three SICF services like cockpit and SAP link and search. So these SICF services should be activated. Okay, and one more is like if you go for this SAP default host and SAP, you have BC here, right? So inside this BC we have WebDin Pro service. Okay, you need to activate that also. That also should be activated. So you have WebDin Pro, right? You can activate this also here. So these things should be activated for Factsheet apps to work in order to enable that enterprise search. Okay. Basically, this Factsheet app uses this Fiori search. What it uses basically SAP NetWeaver embedded search technology on SAP HANA database. So that's what I told. Whenever user searches something, it uses the search models. It with the help of the search models, it searches the same things in HANA database and it gives you the information. Okay. So this is basically related to fact sheet applications. And let's start with creating catalog. And this time I'll be creating instead of going for this FLP UAP, instead of going for slash UI2 FLPD cust, I'll be I'll not be creating catalog here today. I'll be creating catalog using this option slash FLPCM underscore config slash n slash UI2 slash FLPCM underscore cust. So I'll be creating the catalog using this T code this time. Okay, it's loading. So once you come into this screen, you can see this option, right? Create. So you can click on that. You can click on the ID. You'll be creating what kind of catalog here? Zcat sales order fact sheet app FSP FSA fact sheet application, and here you can give sales order fact sheet. Okay, you can click on continue. So the request, customizing request. So whenever you're creating here, it directly asks you for transport. You can create your own request. As of now, I'll be using this only. I'll just click on tick mark. So now the catalog is created. This is our catalog. Okay. So what now you have to do? You have to add the tiles and target mapping. So once you select this, or you can go for here, tiles and target mapping, and check the target mapping what's present here. So for this, the target mapping is sales order display fact sheet, or you can take anyone. I'll be searching for this sales order. You can search for this. So this is the target mapping, and you can search for target mappings, or you can go here only and you can click on add tiles or target mapping. You can click on this. Okay, you'll get the whole list here, and you can add sales. You can search for this sales order. Okay, you can see the semantic object here, and if you just give filter on it, so you got these things here. You can search for that application, or you can search for the application also, app ID. Anyway, however you want, you can search. So as of now, see, you can see here TM only means target mapping only. So you can just add this target mapping. So you just select this and click on this. Add target mapping reference. So see here, under this catalog, you have this target mapping added. Okay. So now what you will do, you will just copy this. So that's it. The catalog is, and you have to check OData service whether they are active or not. For that, you have to go for the same T code, slash IWFND maintain service, and you can check whether that service is activated or not. So the service is present here, SDF84. Okay, and I'll just give on filter. So both services are there, that's fine. And now, so now the catalog is created. Okay, so PFCG, I'll just create ZS sales order FSC, and create a single role menu, and you can go for transaction, Fiori launchpad, and catalog. So you can put your catalog name here. So this is your catalog. I'll just delete this. I don't need to add applications. I'll uncheck that. So now then I'll add IWSV and IWSG services. So this is IWSG is front end service. I'll be adding that. These two services also I need to add. So just click on that and filter it. Let me give. SD F18140SOFSSRV. So this is our front end service. I'll be checking for this also. So I have added the front end services here. So I'll just click on copy and click on authorization data. Now you have to add the backend service. So for that, again take the same thing. So this is the service. Okay, then click on copy. So once this is added, go and maintain your authorizations. And generate it. So before adding the user, now this is fine. So as I told you earlier, now the catalog is created and we have created a role for that. Okay, this all this thing. The main important thing is search connector. Where should we activate? Using which T code we need to activate these search models? This sales order search model should be activated. So for that, there is a T code called STC01 where you have a task list. You can generate the tasks list. Okay, you can see this here, right? SAP ESH initial setup work client. So this task list should be generated. We have to schedule a background job for that. Okay, so you can see this here, right? Search models to create connectors. You can see this fill parameters, show task documentation. You can click on fill parameters and software component. You can see what's the software component. SAP APPLH. You can click on this and you have the search software component here. SAP APPLH. Connectors of superordinate software component APPL already exist. Okay, then click on save. So as I told you, this search component is already activated. Okay, select the super coordinate software first and create the connectors there. Basically, you can select the model here.